What's up, everybody? Nerds on the Run, Andy here. This is the new space. I apologize. Part of the reason I wasn't around lately is because I was moving, so still trying to get some stuff set it out. Still have some pretty harsh lighting and stuff going on because I'm working with a lamp without a shade. I'm working with very few of my comforts of home. Anyway, we're gonna get you all updated on the Nintendo showcase that happened 2 days ago. The Nindy, or I should say, they used to call it Nindies. Now it was Indie World. I guess they're ditching their Nindies brand for whatever reason. So I might say Nindy still, just because I thought it was a bit of a cleverness on their part. As per usual, I'm only really bringing you updates that were personally interesting to me. So please comment if there's stuff that I skipped that you were interested in. And by you, I probably mean Peter, because who else is watching these? But I want to bring up a couple updates here real quick. So Chucklefish, our homies that make Stardew Valley and Starbound, P.S. Why the heck is Starbound not on Switch yet? Are making a new game called Eastward. It looks pretty good. It looks like a action adventure, but it has super kind of Earthbound vibes with like all the really different characters. If anybody is old enough to know what Earthbound is, it doesn't come out till 2020. I'm definitely gonna just kind of keep looking forward to it, see what happens. You have a frying pan as a weapon, so that's dope. I'm definitely gonna be checking out Eastward, and the music was just fantastic. So Chucklefish, can't go wrong with those guys and gals. Eastward, look for it next year. Roke, hopefully I'm saying that right. Roke, it's like R-O with like a umlaut K-I. Looks like a fantasy exploration game. Really not a lot of information on it. Kind of some journey crossed with Little Red Riding Hood sort of vibes. Definitely has some curiosity to it. Coming out winter 2019, and hopefully that is. It looks like it's a part of the eShop. I'm sure all these guys are part of the eShop since they're part of the indie showcase. But I'm gonna be picking that one up unless I hear something bad about it. Also, really chill music vibes for that one. The next one that I was kind of interested in, just sort of an honorable mention, Skater XL. A lady unofficial, or rather, a lady unironically said "off the chain," that's got to be real, right? But it is like a physics-based skateboarding game. I loved me some Tony Hawk back in the day, so I could get down with that if it's fun. I will just kind of wait and see. I'm not holding my breath for that one, but I would like it to be good. Superhot had a shadow drop, which I thought was excellent. So I'm not really sure about playing it on the Switch, not because I'm a snob or anything, but because I've played it on the HTC Vive, and my goodness, it is the reason VR exists for me right now. It is sort of one of those definitive parts of VR experience. And maybe anybody that has played it before in the non VR sense can tell me. I'm sure the gameplay hook is still good. For those of you that don't know, Super Hot is essentially a first person action game, but kind of has some cool real time strategy vibes. And I don't mean that it has RTS vibes in the sense that there's menus to pick from and stuff like that. I mean it has RTS vibes because if you touch the controls at all, time advances in slow motion. If you don't touch the controls, time stops. So you could literally take your time, think out the situation, and sort of decide your move by move. There's no game that makes you feel like Neo from the Matrix or something more than Super Hot. So I would like, since I don't have access to VR, I may end up picking it up for Switch just to see how it is. It's not a graphically demanding game per se. It's a very kind of polygonal, kind of a Killer 7 sort of vibe from way back in the old Nintendo days. But it was a shadow drop. It's out now, so go get after it. The Tourist, Tourist, is coming out. It's sort of a pixel craft adventure exploring game. It looks like it's there isn't enough information right now to say exactly what it is, but between some of the puzzling and platforming I saw, some of the world exploration, both on land and under the water, Being able to kind of go to an arcade within the game. It's a third person kind of, like I said, kind of a pixel craft looking game. Um, Going to inside of an arcade and sitting down in an arcade cabinet, and then the arcade game sort of comes up on screen. So like maybe it had, I don't know if they were original games or if they were actual emulated games from the past, but it looks fun. It looks like it could have lots of different elements to it. So I wish I jotted down in my notes who was the developer behind that, because it's somebody I've heard of, but I'm not sure at this time. So the Tourist, check it out. And I think two more honorable mention, or one more honorable mention, and then kind of the main course for myself. In the sizzle reel at the end, the only thing I saw that was really catching my eye was called Sparklight, and it sort of had just some like Link to the Past Zelda sort of vibes to it, kind of a isometric action game. Could be fun. I don't. There looked like some cool boss fights and stuff like that, which is something I'm all about in that setting. And then last but not least, certainly not least, is Ori and the Blind Forest. The definitive edition is coming out to Nintendo Switch. I have said time and again that this relationship with Microsoft and Nintendo has been a good thing, and this is an exact example of it. Ori and the Blind Forest, made by Team Cherry. Team Cherry, probably one of the games I put the most hours in on my Switch already is Hollow Knight. So for those of you that haven't picked up Hollow Knight, that is one of Team Cherry's multi-platform uh, um, IPs. This Ori and the Blind Forest was a Xbox exclusive IP by them, and it gives me great hope, because obviously on the Xbox side of the ecosystem, Ori and the Will o' the Wisp, I think it's called, is coming out, which is the sequel, and that gives me great hope that means we probably will be seeing that ported over to the Switch as well. But I haven't gotten a chance to play Ori and the Blind Forest yet, and I love Team Cherry, so I'm absolutely stoked about that. Not only is the music fantastic, but the gameplay is really tight 2D platforming, aerial dashes and wall bounces and all kinds of, lovely stuff. For those of you that were Celeste fans on the Switch, that would be one to pick up for sure. So that's what I saw at the Indie World, is I guess what they're calling it now. Hopefully the Nindies brand isn't gone, but even if it is, the indies are still coming to Switch, which is what's important. I've been Andy with Nerds on the Run. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff, and check out what we're doing on this channel. Hopefully we get more regular uploads to you all, and by y'all I mean like my mom and stuff.